You're good, dog. You're good.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
What's up? Welcome to the Buff Boys podcast. Joe Gorman, me, his #1 employee, the assistant at Buff Boys.
Right. You're
Matt
the muscle, I'm the brain.
Yes.
Dude, this is so funny that you guys invited me to Imposter Syndrome podcast. This
Yes.
is awesome.
Whoa.
We have the buffest boy in all of New York comedy is our guest today from the Thirst Trap Comedy Show, Anthony Greco.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Anthony? How you
Glad
doing?
to be here. I'm good, man.
Yeah, how you
Nice.
been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. It's our first bodybuilder episode of the Buff Boys podcast. I mean,
you must
but
be fucking wildly nervous, Matt.
not at all. I'm not a bodybuilder.
Matt's always saying how, like, after every guest leaves, he's like, I bet I could probably bench press more than that guy. Like, one time
That's the equalizer, man. It's like,
Yeah.
how much can you bench? Okay.
Yeah.
One time we had like this guy who runs ultra marathons, and Matt's like, I could probably run like 2 ultra marathons, and I was like, Matt, I don't think so, and he's like, no, I drink a lot of like Prime energy drink, and if I
No
put my
free ads.
mind to it, yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, dude, all right,
Yeah.
So now we finally got the guy who I'm assuming you're that chicken and broccoli kind of life.
Yeah.
All right. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Every fucking day, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
I'm relatively chicken and broccoli. Like, I'm not exclusive to it. The
Okay.
way if you're
Yeah.
doing, I've seen like you did like bodybuilding competitions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For that that has
Yeah,
to be
dude.
chicken, brown rice, and broccoli, and that's
That's
it.
like not sustainable, dude.
Yeah.
Not sustainable at all. I couldn't do that in stand-up. When I was doing that in stand-up, because I was still going
You
up.
would try and do
Like,
body.
The last 2 weeks before the competition, I cut out all carbs.
Yeah.
And I was going up, and my brain was like, you can't fucking do this. I was like getting really bad stage fright.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
I was like,
But, like, you're
I have to quit. I was
Yeah.
like, something changed the last 2 weeks, and I just have to quit.
Damn.
Quit
So you're
the-
saying it's almost an advantage to be a fat, disgusting piece of shit on the stage for comedy. Can I just get you to look in the camera and say
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know.
Because I'll tell you, man, like I have I'll eat like a Snickers bar or something before a show. I feel like fucking God. I'll feel like fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah.
I'm doing this whole comedy thing with 2 hands tied behind my back,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. The only problem with me is when I'm on stage, I'm thinking about what I want to order for dinner after my show, dude. That's it, man.
You can't think about your next set, next joke because you're too busy thinking about what your Grubhub order is going to be.
Oh my God. How
Do I
about when
want
you-
Polynesian sauce, or do I want...
Yeah, I'm in like the perpetual bulk period of
perpetual
bodybuilding.
bulk?
Yeah.
Dirty bulk.
Yeah, always trying to put on mass. This is our cat Babastus. It looks like he also
Babastus?
approves of you. Yeah.
Hi, Babastus.
Nice.
That's a great name.
Thanks,
That's a
bud.
great name for a cat.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he is a rescue. But
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And you have a dog, too, right?
Yes,
That's-
we have a dog. He's out with Kelly right
Finnegan's
now.
out for a walk
Okay.
right
Yeah.
now.
He'll be back.
He'll be
He'll-
attacking us as soon as he comes
he'll
back.
show up about 30 minutes in and just like make a beeline towards you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. When was the last time you did a bodybuilding competition?
The only one I did was in April.
Okay.
I don't know if I would do it again.
Yeah.
I can't cut and do comedy. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's
how
tough.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
How long have you been like lifting for? Was that just you lifted for the bodybuilding competition, or were you always like a
No,
lifter?
I've been working out since I was like 15, I think.
Yeah.
I had asthma growing up, and I loved to play basketball, and I just couldn't play long
Yeah.
enough. So that's why that girl didn't like break up with me. That's not my villain origin story. I got cut from my freshman year high school basketball team, and I was like, I need to make a change.
Damn.
And so you decided you were going to out bench press everyone on the basketball team.
Yeah. Well, my dad's very big into working out, so I was like,
Okay.
Dad, train me.
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, really?
But Matt, like
She knows.
Yeah.
It's always like the cat has a plague or something. The way Matt reacts,
Can't do
like,
it. Can't do it.
like the cat has like an open sore on its
Yeah.
fucking face or something. The way he's like, oh God, help! It's like relax. You're not trying to kill anyone.
Yeah,
huh?
I had asthma growing up also, and I was also trying to play sports and had to
Yeah.
like
Dude, yeah.
work around having asthma.
That, I was just fat. I was
Yeah.
like 180
You were
pounds.
fat
Hell yeah,
kid?
dude. I
Yeah.
didn't have asthma, but I was like, I also never wanted to play sports either, though.
Okay.
So I was like,
So you probably did have asthma. but-
dude, I was fucking jealous of the kids that had asthma in
Because they
in
had an
fucking-
excuse to
They
sit
they
out.
never had to run the mile. I'm like, fuck, and I'd look at them on the bleachers and they're like, I wish I could run, but my asthma. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm so jealous of you.
Damn, I was the opposite. Where they would tell me I didn't have to, I was like, fuck that. I'm still going to run the mile. I want to prove to everybody wrong.
Damn, I was like, there's no reason to do this.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
I hate running. I can't run just to run.
I always feel like I want to be running after something.
Yeah.
I mean, in high school, I wanted to like run the mile. That was just like a cool thing. But in general, running, like I always did stationary bike when I had to do cardio when I was training for things. Now I'll do like 10 minutes on an incline on just on treadmill just before a workout, get a sweat going. And if I do no cardio at all, I feel worse. So I got to do a little.
I do just like a warm up when I do like leg day. That's
yeah.
it. I'll
Just
go,
for
like,
leg
on the
day?
bike, yeah. But I do every year. I do an 8-hour bike ride on a stationary bike
Yeah.
Whoa.
for rare cancer research, and that shit. You say stationary bike, and everyone's like, "That's fucking lame," but it's so much harder, dude, because you have to continually pedal, and like,
And you're not going or seeing anything.
dude, it kills your ass. It just fucking murders your ass,
Yeah.
bro. I couldn't sit for like 3 days.
Well, like, yeah, because also, like, when you're riding
That's
a
what he
bike.
tells people. That's what he tells people when he gets back from the bathhouse. He's like, I was actually riding the stationary bike for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Max bike from Always Sunny.
But that's like also like when you're riding a bike in real life, there's also like, times you're going downhill or you're not
Yeah.
pedaling. But
Yeah.
on a stationary, it's constant pedaling.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you never get like a break. You never get like that downtime.
Yeah,
you
I did
know?
it last year. I didn't do it this year. I was supposed to, but it was at Woolman Rink, and it got like flooded the day before. And they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, you can't."
God said
do it.
not.
It's
It's
not
with
this time.
Cycle
And I
for
was-
Cycle for Survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was timing that with my like bodybuilding competition, so I was like, I'm gonna ride for 7 hours because I was like my training. I built up to 7 hours, and then I had the competition the next week, and then I was doing that the week after. So I was like, this is perfect. Like this is perfect timing. And they're like, oh, we had to push it back a month. I'm like, I can't keep doing this to my body.
Damn.
Like, my body is shot.
Yeah. No, I worked security once at a Cycle for Survival event. It was like they were doing them at Equinox in the city, and they just needed like security to be at the door to let the members know they can come in today.
But
and Equinox members were not very happy about that, paying fucking $300 a month, and it's me at the door being like, "Sorry, they're in there cycling for survival today. You can't come in."
Did you just like love that you got asked that?
What?
Did you just love that you just got asked to do that?
I mean, I worked for a company, and they would just put us out to different events, and they would just be. I would just.
But I'm saying like. You
I mean,
definitely got
of
a power
course.
rush when they're like
I mean,
security guard. You're like, fuck yeah.
I mean, well, I always worked security. It would just be specific gigs. I would get there and see what it is, and then sometimes it would be like, this one's not that bad. Sometimes they were fun gigs, depending on where you are. Like, you could be at a music festival in a spot where it's a nightmare, or in a spot where you're backstage and it's kind of chill. So it depends. That one was not fun just because I know I'm going to be only dealing with people who are mad at me all
at
day.
like 8 a.m. and you just have people screaming at you at 8 a.m.
You're just going to have people mad at you the entire day. So that was not one of the more fun security gigs I worked.
They do make it a party, though. They really do, yeah.
Yeah, the people
Inside
running it
bumping,
have
yeah.
a lot of energy.
They're doing coke, man.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can
No,
do
they're
that
just
kind of
like
shit.
fucking doing like kale smoothies at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's
It's
even
like
more
It's
psychotic.
like a it's like a combination of like the Richard Simmons style exercise guru, but also if you ever been to like a charity event, the person who's like hyping everybody up for the charity, like those two types of people in one.
Well, those
is
people are
just-
probably on coke.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So like when did it I'm going to be a bodybuilder? So like around like 15?
Or
Oh,
you
no.
started working out, but when you decide to like compete.
It was just something like I wanted to try like last year.
Did you?
I was like,
So
I'm
you
just
were
gonna
doing?
fucking try it.
Were you doing comedy first and then bodybuilding?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working out. I pretty much look like this for like 10 years now. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Wow.
But, yeah, so it's just, that was like kind of like a spur of the moment. Be like, oh, I do comedy. Like, I'm trying that. Let me try this. I want to try this one.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not?
And you say you were a fat kid before you started working out?
Yeah.
Those guys always end up in such better shape than like I was the skinny
Dude, I
kid
was-
who bulked up.
My mom would just feed us like chocolate chip cookies. My mom
Nice.
would
Yeah.
bake chocolate chip cookies every night. And I'd have
Fuck
like 5.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
you
what
also you're Italian, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so I was having pasta for dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck were you doing to me?
Do your parents disown you when you said you weren't going to eat carbs? Your Italian
no,
parents.
I don't eat. So my mom's Irish and then my dad's Italian.
Okay.
I'm from Long Island. It's I
Yeah,
call it a
Irish
McWhop.
Italian.
Yeah.
That's
there
like
you
the
go.
perfect white person combination right there, too. That's fucking.
Yeah, because they're both they've both been persecuted groups, right?
Right.
In America, so
Yeah. But no one cares because
no
they're white.
one gives a shit. Yeah.
They're like persecuted, but not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, growing up, was it tough, like giving up spaghetti, pasta, like that?
I
that
I
carb
actually
stuff?
don't really like pasta.
Whoa.
I don't eat. I don't like
Blasphemous!
potatoes.
Is your dad gonna listen to this?
Yeah. No, everyone knows. It's like I tell everyone that I'm a man without an ethnicity because I
Yeah.
don't eat pasta. I don't eat potatoes. Like, what
Are
the
you
fuck?
a drinker?
No.
Oh
Wow.
man, yeah.
I'm actually like sober.
Because I was gonna say Irish people don't eat potatoes either, famously. That was kind of the problem.
Just Guinness. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So when the fat kids, because you're kind of building up muscle when you're carrying around all that extra weight all the time.
Dude, my calves are so tiny now. I don't understand.
Oh yeah, that's a huge thing with bodybuilders. It's like no matter what, they always like wonder how their
Because
calves
they
will
never
look.
do the squats and everything.
Well, some of them skip leg day, but even if you don't, like
Yeah.
your calves, it's such a genetic thing. It has nothing to do with how much you can lift.
Yeah.
My first time like working out in the gym, my legs were all that was strong. I played catcher in Little League Baseball.
Okay,
So when I
yeah.
was like super skinny, I was like 160 pounds my senior year of high school when I started lifting weights.
Oh,
and
shit.
yeah, I was like rail thin. And but yeah, I was able to leg press like 400 pounds my first day in there. And I would do the seated calf raises with my friends standing on the machine because I could lift my friends with my calves.
Would you do the leg press like with your hips underneath, kind of?
The one that we had there, it was my high school weight training class. Yeah, it was the one that you were like under
Yeah.
pushing up.
I feel like that's kind of bullshit because that's like
yeah,
that's
I don't
all
even
your
really
hips.
do.
That's so bad for your hips.
I don't even really do it
Yeah.
anymore. I pretty much just do leg extensions, and I'll do free squats now,
Yeah.
and just try and get to. When I started training for wrestling, they would have us do like close to 1,000 of those a day, even just the free squats with no weight.
Yeah.
Just hundreds every day.
Dude, that's insane.
And that'll get your legs just on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I don't need. Also, in general, I don't like lifting heavy anymore. You risk injury, and it was always just an ego thing. And when I started working out, all the guys I worked out with were these fucking like 250-pound monsters on steroids. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna compete with them anyway. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
always way more functional athletic strength training and just trying to be stronger. Especially for pro wrestling, you've got to like lift
Oh, dude,
people.
that shit's like fucking.
You've
tough,
got to
yeah.
lift people and lift them accurately because you have to drop them in a safe way. Like it's
Oh yeah.
yeah. So a lot of the like
Just be
weight,
able to lift a 250-pound grown man.
yeah, a lot of the weight training I would do would be functional strength, but in like weird things that I would see other wrestlers do that I never saw in any like bodybuilding. They're just things like when I do my Arnold presses, I don't just like come down, I come out and around all with the weight,
Okay,
just
yeah.
like lifting and movement and angles and all kind of weird stuff,
Yeah.
But yeah, just all about never about like what's the highest max whatever I can do because that
I'm too
didn't-
old for
yeah.
that shit, dude.
You too,
Yeah. I'm 29. Who am
Yeah.
I?
What's your max bench press?
I haven't maxed since like before COVID, but I did 315, I think.
Yeah.
I did 316.
Yeah.
Really? Fuck, dude.
Gorman 316 says I just whooped your ass.
That was close.
But now I just stay at 225. You know?
That's
You don't
that's
have to
the
go-
most I'll do.
Yeah, I do 230.
Yeah.
Okay. How many reps do you got, bro?
30 each.
30
Okay.
each.
Yeah, I do essentially 90
Arm-
reps in
one
full.
arm bench
Yeah.
press with 230 pounds.
Just cool down.
They have to
usually.
bring those dumbbells in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
There's both an up and a down motion. So.
Yes. I like Joe's personal training. He's like, you have to work on your down motion. But yeah, the first time I met you before. The first time I saw you do comedy was you were doing jokes about how you had 3 brain surgeries, which made me feel insecure because I've only had one.
Yeah, Matt's like, but I'm the muscle-bound guy that has brain surgery. Are you me?
Dude, in like 20 years, there's gonna be a guy who's had like 7 brain surgeries and
Aw,
is just way more
damn.
jacked. I'll be
Me
like,
and you were in the back.
fucking prophecy.
Me and you together in the back of the room, be like, this fucking new guy thinks he's hot shit. But yeah, mine was
when they do like a 6th installment of a series,
Yes.
and it's like they're all old now,
Yeah.
and they need to get new blood in.
yeah. But yeah, me, I didn't have cancer with it, so I don't still have to like bike 8 miles every year.
Oh
for
shit,
some
you had
bullshit.
cancer?
Yeah.
Well, let's get into that. Damn,
Yeah.
dude, that's wild. So, working out somehow gave you cancer?
So, kind of, I guess. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay, can you look at the camera again? Thank you for endorsing my entire lifestyle. Honestly.
Damn, Joe is gonna be great at stand-up and cancer-free forever.
Yeah. Careful, this funny, handsome man is a cautionary tale.
But I started working out when I was like 15, and then I had 3 brain surgeries.
Wow.
So my first one was at 17. So
Yeah.
Damn.
Correlation
I was-
and causation.
I was like this big before. Don't get brain cancer because
Okay.
you're like, oh, I want to turn into him. Don't-
Yeah.
Matt, he even got brain cancer and surgery before you did. Doesn't
At
that
a
make
younger
you,
age,
Yeah,
yeah.
doesn't that make you feel like even more insecure that it's taking you so much longer to hit these
It
incredible?
took me so much
Yeah.
longer to hit the goals that Anthony has achieved.
He's already done all these lifestyle milestones.
Yeah.
At a fraction of your age.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you're slow, man. You
I
gotta
know.
pick it
I
up.
got to catch up.
He
I
wasn't even a fucking. He was still a teenager when he had his first. When he was going under the
Yeah.
knife.
I had 2. I
Yeah,
had one, I
they've
had one
never
at
seen a
18.
kid like this before. This is wild. This kid's getting fucking brain surgery at an adult level.
I have a bit that I'm working on. There's like, I've had 25 hours of surgery. That's fucking elite, dude. Those are all pro numbers. Okay?
That's
Okay.
great. Yeah, that is a crazy amount of time.
25 hours of surgeries. I
Yeah.
think. Have you ever had a surgery at all?
Just when I had that fucking lump cut out of my
Right.
fucking head.
Yeah.
I had a fucking thing growing in my head.
It was.
And
it was
I
like
was.
on the out, like a
Yeah.
hematoma. It looked.
I had like a fucking bump on my head, and I was like, whatever, dude. And like everyone was like, what is that thing? And I'm like, I don't know. And they were like, that could be like a fucking brain tumor. Imagine I had like a fucking brain tumor.
It was like
this-
sticking out.
yeah.
It's like outside your skull.
Yeah.
Like,
And then like my girlfriend was like, you have health insurance, just go to a doctor. I'm like, fuck, fine.
that's a good reason. to
Yeah,
go,
and the doctor was like, "What is that?" And he just like cut it open, and it was a bunch of fat. It was gross. It was like a giant fucking pimple thing.
Oh, really?
Like a giant cyst thing. But I thought for sure there was gonna be like a tumor or something in it, but there wasn't. It was just fat.
How long was that surgery?
That surgery
Dude.
was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Tumor, fat. Tumor,
Yeah,
fat.
dude, exactly, dude. But luckily mine was
You
easy.
know the secret.
I could have. I probably could have fucking popped that thing on my own too.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish I did, but yeah, it
Now
wasn't
that you
too
know,
bad.
yeah, we should have done something. We should have like
We
done it
coulda
on
just-
the Patreon.
Yeah, we could have just drained the cyst on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Well, now I know.
Right.
I feel like
now
that's
we
too
know.
spicy for the Patreon. That's got to be on the OnlyFans. That's
Yeah, that is like
Yeah.
yeah. Anytime fluid is involved, OnlyFans is like fluid. You know, Patreon is like art.
Right. But yeah, I think the only 2 surgeries, I had the brain surgery and I had the arm surgery, and
Nice.
so I think I'm up around like maybe 9 or 10 hours.
Dude, you got to get your weight up.
I'll
bro.
catch
You
up.
gotta
I'll
get your
catch
weight
up. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've also had so I was playing basketball in college. I just go before I go to the gym. I would just warm up and like shoot around, and a bunch of professors were playing,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, we need one more guy for 3-on-3," and I was like, "Okay." So I go play, and I'm like kind of cooking them, and they're in like their 50s, okay, and I'm like 20 years old, but I'm
Right.
kind of cooking them. And one of the professors got like angry, the guy guarding me, and I pump faked him, and he went for the ball, but he went to go punch the ball, and he just punched me in the nose.
Oh.
Are those both professors? Are they white guys?
They were all white, yeah.
Yeah,
They
dude,
were all
that's
white,
such like a fucking that's such an old white guy thing to do. Because I feel like older black guys are like, you got some pretty good moves, you know. But like old white guys are so insecure about the fact that they're old and like
Yeah.
they don't understand what it is to be like in a position of not having power. So when they
Yeah.
see like a young guy, dude, they're like, what the fuck is that? You know, like they
I can't just fire him. What
they
do you mean I
can't-
can't just?
yeah. They can't just they have to be like, but I'm the smartest, best person ever. I should be good at this, you know? And it's never the case, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you just broke my nose, and then I just got surgery like that.
You had to have surgery on the nose?
Yeah. Well, 'cause I
How
have a
bad?
deviated septum to begin with,
Okay.
Oh,
and then he just like completely like it was completely
annihilate.
fucked. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then like I had surgery, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna correct it," and they just put it back to like baseline.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
still have a deviated septum, but it's not as bad.
Oh, you
deviated-
should have been like, well, let's make it, you
Yeah.
know.
I was like, why didn't you guys just fucking fix it in the first place?
What-
You know,
Yeah.
that's like the slippery slope because then you are like, well, I might as well get a little cheek implant while I'm at it, you know? Like, well, since you already got my face all fucking opened up, Can you do anything about this? Give me a little eyebrow lift.
Can we sneak this through insurance somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in there.
I've gotten lucky. I've broken my nose 3 times, and every time it was just like manually set, and I don't have like the crooked nose. Usually people break their nose once and it's manually set, and they got like the bend in it forever. But I have just I was told it was a weak nasal canal. Like when I get a cold and I have like a runny nose, stuff will kind of just come out. I mean, I'm used to it at this point, but like I can't really hold it
around.
I can't really hold it in.
I'm
just
essentially
like the dam broke.
Yeah, or I'll get nosebleeds sometimes, and I won't know until it's like coming out.
So is the doctor just like, yo, your nasal canal is wild pussy, bro? You gotta
Yeah. Now he said, don't tell people this; they'll know you're Jewish. You get nosebleeds randomly. You can't be undercover Jew anymore.
I didn't know that was a Jewish thing. Is it?
I mean,
I
it's
don't think
just
so,
Jewish,
right?
just to be sick in general. You said deviated septum and asthma. I'm like, is he Jewish?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You were in Rome recently. Are you? Is your family like? How many generations?
So my grandma was born there,
Okay.
and then
Nice.
my grandpa was born actually in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
And then
Oh, that's
his
the way to
dad
go.
died.
They don't get much more Italian than
Yeah.
that's like those are the two most Italian places your grandparents
Earth.
can be from. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my grandfather's his dad was a barber, and then he passed away when he was like 9. So his mom moved the entire family back to Italy,
Oh,
and that's how
okay.
my grandparents met. But the timeline's kind of sketchy because he left there when he was 18, so my grandma would have been 13.
Nice.
And then when my grandma turned 18, he went back and married her.
Well,
He was 23, and I was like, okay,
Damn,
that's
is your grandfather Dane Cook?
Well, in Italy, the age of consent is 14.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, you
pretty
did.
cool.
Why do you think you went to Rome, dude?
Well, that's where "When in Rome" comes from.
Right. Yes.
It was that's what
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein had that
Yeah.
on a plaque in his house
Yeah.
on the island.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. The rest of that line is it was originally when in Rome, do a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I got lost in translation.
Yeah.
Beautiful language.
Yes.
Yeah, the old Italian, it's just it was Latin, I think, right? That was written in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the old Italian thing where you get to sexually harass women and say, but come on, I was just Italian?
Dude, so I'm actually related to Andrew Cuomo.
You are?
Oh, nice.
My
How
grandma,
closely?
My grandma is like not closely at all. Like we're like 3rd or 4th cousins, I think.
I
Like
think
how
that's every Italian though.
Like, how many old women who died in 2020 do you feel like you're responsible for?
Dude, it was so weird, man. That was a really weird time. Remember people were like Cuomo-sexuals?
Dude, everyone,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
everyone.
You
just
wrote a
fucking-
book
he
about how
killed-
great he
yeah.
handled it before it was over. Dude.
And then people started talking about it, and he was like, "Free weed, weed's
Yeah.
legal. How
Yeah.
about that? How about that, guys?"
Yeah, it was. He was.
It'd be like if Joe Biden released a book now, How I Solved the Middle East.
He really thought he was gonna make a play to run for president.
Oh, yeah.
And him and De Blasio, like, what was De Blasio thinking? Like, no one liked De Blasio. Like,
Yeah.
It was wild.
yeah.
It was. You know what?
He's just using fucking taxpayer money to
Yeah.
fucking
No one liked
go to Iowa.
No one liked de Blasio in New York, but he was still like mayor of New York. A lot of things happening in New York. Maybe I can run for president. And just like one debate, and then the rest of the country was like, yeah, we don't like him either. Like,
It's like New York's a shithole. Have you seen
Yeah.
New York? Like,
Yeah.
what has he done good here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's a cool shithole.
yeah.
We have artists. Okay.
Yeah. Just because you have a half black son
Yikes.
doesn't mean you can run for president.
Yeah, he lost my vote.
Yeah. Also, his he has a half black son and daughter, right?
He has a half black son
Yeah.
and black daughter. So he has one black kid and one white kid.
Actually, I think the math it would be like 4/10 of a kid. I'm trying to figure it out. But
So Rome.
Yeah, Rome. So I was in Italy
Six
for like
tenths.
2 weeks, and most of it was at the town that my
Uh-huh.
grandma was from, like this bullshit little town in like the mountains of Italy, like southern Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2,500 people. Best food I've ever had in my life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
nice.
I ate like a fucking gavone.
You broke the diet.
Oh yeah, dude. For that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
every day I was like, this is the best mozzarella I've ever had in my
Nice.
life. Like, this is the
Everything's
best
like
prosciutto.
fresh
Yeah.
and organic.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was so good. And then we went to Sorrento for a couple days, Florence for a couple of days, and then Rome for like a couple of days.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
You really hit up everything.
Dude, yeah. And it was 2 weeks is like a good amount of time.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
enough that, especially like for a place like that where there's so much to explore, but you know, after a while you're like, okay, I'm ready to come home.
Yeah, after like, I feel like just 1 week wouldn't be enough, but 2 weeks is a good
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Yeah.
that and like, there's a huge language barrier, obviously. Like, I was with my family a lot of the time.
Do you like
my
move your
grandma's
hands a lot
cousins.
to communicate?
Dude, I couldn't speak. I was meeting like my grandma's cousins, and they're like fucking crying. They're talking to me. I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
They're saying stop. I said no. There's a language barrier. It's like, Anthony, no is the same thing in Italian as English. What do you mean? There's no language
Mamma
barrier.
mia. But yeah, my dad speaks Italian, so
Okay.
he was like the de facto translator, and it was really annoying being like, Dad, what'd they say? Dad, how do I say this? And I kind of speak Spanish,
Yeah.
but it's like not the same, but it's kind of the same,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can like
yeah.
kind of understand. But
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. Not being able to
Had
hear.
you met those members of your family before?
no. I
No.
mean, some of them, yeah, because I studied
Okay.
abroad in Florence.
Did you make love to an Italian lady?
No, dude.
Mamma mia.
Not this trip, but what about when you studied abroad? Did you make love to an Italian lady then? There you
See.
go. We got it out of him. Nice.
I was with my family the whole time this trip.
While you studied abroad. Oh, this trip.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sex with someone who doesn't speak English?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah.
What,
Isn't
I
that
mean,
fucking-
was that the
They speak
Italian?
basic English.
that
Right.
doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
count. That doesn't count.
No,
They have to not
no.
know what's going on, dude. They gotta be on. You just gotta vibe with them.
I was in Costa Rica, and I did ask a woman, she spoke no English. I was like, can I eat your pussy in Spanish? And I thought that was... She laughed at it, and she was like, no, I have a boyfriend. And I was like,
She
but
was
we're
like
making out.
83.
Why are we making out if you have
Yeah.
a boyfriend? That's
There
The
you go.
universal language, making out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, dude.
What languages have you had sex with? Italian?
Italian and Spanish, yeah, I think.
Okay.
I don't keep
Nice.
like a tally.
Well, yeah.
Only one, baby.
have you ever had
USA, baby.
Have you ever?
The only
Everyone,
real.
all my girls speak American.
Yeah,
There you
dude. Hey,
go.
man, I don't commit bestiality, baby. They all speak English. I am a real American.
Fuck only women who speak English.
Yeah, dude.
You ever had sex with someone who doesn't speak English?
No, dude.
No.
It's just a little fucking funny.
Really?
interview
Not even
question.
sign language?
No, especially not sign language.
That would be not someone who doesn't speak English.
At the
a
most,
deaf
they
girl.
could bilingual, maybe.
I've done bilingual before.
All right, relax, Matt. Relax. No,
Dude, two
some
girls
guy,
at one time. Nice,
Yes.
bro.
some
Yeah.
man
Nice,
put
guys.
some man put a tongue in his Matt's ass. Like, I guess I'm bilingual now.
Bilingual. I've had sex with men and women in different languages.
I'm bye-bye.
I say I poppy and I mommy. I'm bilingual.
Is there a talent show portion of the bodybuilding, or is it all bodybuilding?
No, dude, I wish, bro. I wish
Yeah.
there was, but there was
Doing
like a...
stand up.
Yeah.
I would love to see a bodybuilding competition where they all have to do tight five before
So,
they pose.
self tanner's weird, right? It's almost like I was giving my dick blackface.
Yeah.
No, they don't do your dick, but yeah, they do everything else.
Really?
Yeah.
I would ask them to do my dick just to be nice.
I don't know if I'd want my dick done. I feel
Wouldn't
like
it be?
not, I
Isn't
don't
it
want
weird to
chemicals
be
on my
like
dick.
completely
Yeah.
fucking brown everywhere?
Oh, yeah,
except like
it's
your
so
little
fucking
thong
weird, bro.
area.
Yeah.
got-
Honestly, it probably looks weirder because then you're like all brown with a little like white area.
But it was, I got 2 coats, and the lady doing it was like, "Oh, you need 3," and I was like, "No, I don't." And dude, I look like I'm like doing black body on stage. That's what
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
doing.
wow,
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
that's awesome.
God,
Very
yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, what is that? What is that stuff that they use in bodybuilding companies? Because I knew I've tanned before, and I know guys have done tanning, but that's just like UV rays. I've never done the spray on tan even. But what's like the stuff that bodybuilding is like a bronzing thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I think I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
You just get there and they're like, well, we got to put this on you
Yeah,
now.
dude. I got there. They're like, "Oh, you have to check in tomorrow at 8 a.m. to get tanned," and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I just showed up.
Was it like was there weight classes for it? Or is
No,
it
it was
not
just like
right
an
now?
open.
Okay.
There wasn't as many people there as I thought there was going to be.
So it was just for like a what branch of bodybuilding do you compete in?
So that was a physique competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did like the cutting for it. I did all like the prep work. I got the tan.
You got
like,
steroids, right? I mean vitamins.
Yeah.
Oral chemo.
Yeah.
But like on stage, I was like high as shit. Like I didn't practice posing at all. Like I didn't really.
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do? Get my pro card? Like I'm not really interested in pursuing.
You just
that.
wanted to do a
Yeah, I just wanted to
competition.
try one just to try it. And I was high as shit, and they call 2 numbers, and then
Yeah.
you raise your hand, and then you switch with that person. So they call like 2 and 4. So I'm going over, and then they call like 1 and 5. So then they put their hands up, and I go to high five one of the guys, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like too high. I forgot where I was for a second.
God. So
Damn.
what other? There's physique. I know there's fitness competition.
Yeah.
Fitness competition.
There's
what other ones?
strongman competitions,
Strongman.
which is
Strongman,
what
yeah.
I do.
Yeah. That's not really bodybuilding. That's just
No.
like yeah.
That's just more of a feat of strength.
Dude, I used to watch the World's Strongest Man's on ESPN all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, bro.
Those are fucking when they just have like the 50-pound like thing. They have to like
Yeah.
hurl over a thing 20 feet in the air.
They had to do like the log toss. Like it's
Oh,
fucking.
yeah.
Oh, what about when they have to pull a bus?
Yes.
And like they were like, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just ripping every fucking muscle in
Yeah,
their
they're
body.
just like giving themselves like an aneurysm, like literally just a hernia tearing across their entire body.
Those
their
giant
intestines
balls.
just open up.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Those giant like balls of rock. They have to like
Oh,
lift
dude, those
onto
are
the
insane.
thing. Yeah.
Those
Oof.
are like 200 pounds each or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but those
It's
are heavy.
yeah.
They look heavy.
Yeah.
They're massive, dude. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Ooh, yeah, brutal. But what was I gonna say? With the doing the competitions, like were you on anything when you did them?
No.
No. Was it a natural competition?
It was a natural. So it was natural, and they you have to pay for like a polygraph test, and then
You have to pay for one.
Yeah,
Where
and
they
then-
ask you if you take steroids.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, have you taken anything on the banned substance list? I'm like, no, and he's like, okay, and then it just that's
Is
over.
that what the drug
Nice.
test is?
But no, then they drug test you.
They don't even make you pee in a cup. They just ask
They
you.
do. They do if you win. So
Oh,
like,
if you win,
Why
okay.
would I take steroids and lose? If I fucking
That's
take
true, too,
steroids
yeah.
and I don't place, I'm gonna go home and kill myself. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about me entering another competition.
Yeah.
None of that shit, because that's so embarrassing, bro. Could you imagine?
Yeah, if you took steroids in the natural competition and didn't win.
Didn't even place, dude.
Yeah. How'd you do in the competition?
Oh, I finished like last in my group, but
Oh, okay.
I
yeah.
think like second to last. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of it's like all based off like posing.
Yeah. Oh, so it's
And I didn't
specific.
practice posing. I didn't know any of the poses.
There's
were.
like a technique and a skill to the posing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to take like they offer like classes. I mean, I didn't
Posing
yeah,
classes.
Well, it's like you got to
Jesus.
pose, and you have to hold that pose.
Yeah.
And show
Well,
off
it's
the
not even
muscles
that. It's
and
just
stuff.
like you have to hit certain angles, and if you don't know what the angles are, like I was like
Yeah.
googling it like in the green room at the
Yeah.
competition, and I'm like, I don't have fucking service here. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you
dude.
think other guys were on stuff?
Probably not. I don't think so. A lot of guys were small. They were like smaller
Yeah.
than me. Yeah.
But they were like ripped.
I
Yeah.
think
Small
like
and ripped,
like
yeah.
physique. It's more about like
yeah.
the natural
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
aesthetics.
that's true.
Yeah, like the striations and
like
stuff,
actual
yeah.
bodybuilding.
Yeah.
is like more about size.
Yeah, I've known guys who were like into bodybuilding, and all of them were like on crazy amounts of stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
Um,
I mean, if they're not testing for it, why?
Yeah.
You'd be stupid not to do
Even
it.
if they are, guys, the people who are really kind of doing it are always a step ahead of the drug testers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's always something.
They're just getting shit from Mexico.
Yeah.
There's
Will you-
always going to be like a new way to counteract it.
Yeah. Have you ever just in your life experimented with any of it?
No. So
No?
I've taken. I don't even think I've taken creatine. I know
Yeah, I
bought
haven't even. I haven't
creatine.
done creatine either. I've thought about that. When I was wrestling, especially, I
Yeah.
thought about it, and I was just like, I don't know. I had one of my coaches was like, if you just work out for all 4 years of college, by the time you graduate, you'll be big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's big enough, or do you think he should have just taken steroids?
I mean, well, now I'm like 30 pounds lighter than I was then. I was up at like 225, 230
Oh,
back
really?
then. Yeah,
Damn.
I was a thick boy. I was beefcake.
Hell yeah.
You were a buff boy. You were actually a buff
I was a
boy?
buff boy. Yeah, I think I'm skinny now, but I hang out with comedians who all are like, I'm a super athlete around comedians.
Yeah.
But no, I have the reverse body issues where I always see the skinny, weak Jewish kid with asthma in the mirror. Like
Okay,
some people
yeah.
always see the fat kid in the mirror.
Yeah.
I'm always like, fuck, I'm getting smaller. I know as I get older, it's like better to not be carrying that much more weight on me. So
Yeah.
I'm like eating healthier and just kind of, I'm okay being leaner, but
do you want
it's
to
some-
cut down any more? Or are you happy at 195?
I'm around like 195, 200 now. I'm not looking at the number on the scale. I'm just how I look and how I feel.
How would you get him to fighting shape? What would you do for Matt?
I mean, fighting shape.
It's like all diet.
Yeah.
It's like all diet.
It's so much of it is diet. That's honestly, after breaking my arm, I couldn't work out, so I just started eating healthier.
Yeah.
For a while, I would just kind of eat like shit and work out and be like, good enough.
Dude, after my brain surgeries, I was always so paranoid that I would get fat.
Yeah.
Because I was like fit even going into the first one.
And
here's
our dog.
Finnegan. Hey, what's up, Finnegan? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's always excited to meet a new guest.
Hey, buddy. But yeah, I was always so paranoid that I would get fat.
Yeah.
And then my doctor was like, Anthony, you can't. He was like, why'd you order a salad? I was
Yeah.
like, I can't fucking do anything for 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, my thing is I do intermittent fasting, so that's pretty good. I've been good with that, but there'll be a lot of times where I'm like, my calorie count or protein count is like lower than it was back in the day when I was trying to put on so much weight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know it has to be lower. Don't get like another protein shake. Don't do another protein bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you fuck with the protein shakes?
So I can't really drink them because my doctor was like, none of that shit's FDA approved.
Whoa.
So I just make my own now. But I do eat like Quest bars. I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quest bars are the shit.
But like when you make your own shake, what do you put it like fruits or what do you?
No, it's just like I don't want to give away free ads, but
Oh yeah.
it's Fairlife milk. I use some PB2, and then like those carnation things.
Yeah. And like
Yeah, I'll do one of those,
Okay.
and that gets it up to like 50 grams of protein.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah,
the
I
Fairlife
usually
is like has extra in it.
When you said like I make my own, I immediately thought like that breaking eggs into a blender and like putting like sausages into it, like you're grilling like chicken on
Dude,
a
this
fucking
one
and
guy
throwing
in the
that
gym,
in there.
like he's big, but he's not like ripped or anything. He's not like cut.
Yeah.
But he was telling me he has like a crazy diet, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I fucking blend up chicken, and I'll just drink that." I'm like, "You are disgusting."
Blending up
wild.
That is
chicken.
heinous, dude.
That's
heinous,
disgusting.
bro. It's like, why not just eat the chicken, dude?
That's
Like,
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to wear out the muscles of my jaw. Like, can you imagine? Like, it's like, what if I wear down my teeth eating all of this chicken?
He's like a power lifter, and I'm like, bro, why are you drinking it? Just fucking
That's so
eat
weird.
it.
It's like
I don't get the powerlifting thing at all.
I just don't think our bodies are designed to consume that much chicken in one sitting. You have to like liquefy like a small farm of chickens. Like that's crazy.
Do you like follow what you eat at all, or?
I mean, not as much as I absolutly should, but
he needs
I
a
don't.
Snickers bar before every time he goes on stage.
Really? Is that
Yeah,
what-
He acts like a
Is that
diva on
right?
stage if he doesn't have his Snickers.
Yeah.
The only thing in your
I'm
rider
not
is a Snickers
myself.
bar.
One Snickers bar, dude. I'm a simple but demanding guy.
Joe's rider says Snicker with a hard R.
Yeah. No, I just like I try to do like, oh, I'll eat oatmeal, and I'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm having like a healthy. I'll have that, and then I'll have like a burrito for lunch because I'm like, oh, well, I had a fucking oatmeal, so it all evens out, But it's hard, dude. It's so especially in New York because I want to live and experience
Oh,
New
yeah.
York, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking. I feel like if I was like in like the Midwest, if I was just like a fucking guy out there, then it's like, oh, whatever, I'll just eat like beef and chicken.
Dude, especially doing comedy, because it's like I'm never
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
You're always out
what
and
do you-
about.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. So what is your like diet like being out all the time?
I love kava. I'm like addicted to kava.
Kava?
Yeah.
Kava, okay. Yeah, I do Chipotle, but
Okay,
similar.
yeah.
But I'll always do, just the chicken bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do Whole Foods a lot also because they got the hot bar and the cold bar.
Oh,
They got the
really?
grilled
I didn't- okay.
chicken, hard-boiled eggs, fruit and vegetables, sweet potatoes.
I don't really go to Whole Foods, but
Yeah.
that's an option now.
Self-checkout. You don't want to pay for your food. You don't have to.
Yeah, dude.
How many grams of protein do you try and eat like in a day?
I try and get my body weight, but if I'm around 150, I feel like I'm fine. I know because I'm not like wrestling or like I'm just trying to be strong and in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, I'll aim for 200, and if I hit 150, I feel like I'm fine. Because I have like two really big meals, like I'll do a double chicken bowl, usually Chipotle, or like grilled chicken sandwich or wrap, and then the Whole Foods loaded up with the chicken, and then protein bars and shakes throughout. That
And then
usually,
check it out as a banana.
and then a banana, yeah. But yeah, it's kava. What else? How many meals a day are you?
I have like 3 whole meals.
Yeah.
My shake. I have a couple bananas with the shake. Just
Yeah.
Because I'll cramp up. I
Yeah.
just cramp up all the time to begin with.
Yeah.
and then I have like a Quest bar as like a snack or something.
Yeah. My I'll do like the Muscle Milks, Core Power, and those, or I like the Lean Body ones too.
I work for Pepsi, so we sell Lean Body. So
nice.
Oh dang.
But yeah, I love the when I go to a juice bar, just getting like a double scoop peanut butter whey protein. That's like 50 grams right there, and that tastes great.
But they're like $12 now, dude. It's crazy. Like everything is so expensive.
Yeah,
It's like it's like the cost of like a regular meal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And it used to be like a meal, like cheaper than a meal, like a meal replacement, and now it's like $20 after like tax and tip. Like you're gonna ask for.
That's why, me and Anthony's DMs are me like sending him, hey, on Amazon you can get Quest bars for only $24 for a 12-pack. Like,
dude, just bros helping bros, man. Just
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I get about 200 grams of protein.
Yeah.
But I also get like 7,000 grams of fat. So I think it all evens out.
Are you at 200 grams of protein?
No, I don't know.
I
don't measure that shit.
How much semen do you have to ingest to get up to 200 grams?
Not a lot, dude. If you fucking.
It's probably pretty concentrate, you know?
Yeah, I just go to the gym and find the most juiced out guy there. And it's like
he
he
just has a powder.
Yeah. This guy's like this guy's 90% TRT.
Instead of whey protein powder, it's just cum protein
It's a
powder.
bodybuilder selling his cum as a protein supplement.
Dude, it's a weird community. Some dude would definitely buy that.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely buy that.
You should do that as a side hustle for your comedy. Show the bodybuilding photos and be like, if you want to look like me, try my special protein powder, Greco's.
Like there's guys that like drink their own piss for health benefits.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah.
There's people that will believe if you say it with confidence.
There was a baseball player who used to piss on his hands because he thought it made him have a better grip on the bat during the games.
Well, I mean,
he
baseball players are psychotic.
Yeah,
They're
he didn't
so
use
fucking
the superstitions are insane.
Yeah.
But he was one of the few guys who didn't wear batting gloves. He just had his piss hands.
Who was it? Do you remember?
Moises Alou.
Oh, Moises Alou, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a freak, dude.
Yeah.
You want to hear a guy like
the guy who ruined Steve Bartman's life forever? If you're a baseball guy?
Yeah.
You know the whole Steve Bartman story? Do you know about that?
Steve Bartman, he was the one that reached out and
catch the foul ball.
Yeah.
And the outfielder was Moises Alou, the piss hand guy, who reacted like, God damn, I would have had that.
Who then peed on his hands because
Yeah, like now I gotta piss on you, bitch.
Like years later, Moises Alou in some interview was like, I probably wasn't gonna be able to reach it anyway looking back. And it's like, if I'm Steve Bartman, I'm like, why didn't you say that the day it happened?
Well,
my life was ruined.
I guess
get,
Steve
like, death threats, man. Like,
I
he was,
mean,
like,
insane.
fucked up. Yeah.
Like, because the broadcast zoomed in on him.
And
was like,
it's
that's the guy who cost the Cubs the World Series.
They doxed him before doxing was a thing.
Yeah, they showed his home address. But what they failed to recognize was, like, I guess Steve just had better piss on his hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he was able to catch the
It was
ball.
fresher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better piss, maybe a little cum. too,
Maybe.
to help
The ball stick in the
strengthen that
hand.
grip, man. Damn, dude.
You guys ever have to pee so bad you feel like you're coming, like it's better than sex?
Oh man, it's wild sometimes. Like when you're like, so you ever like?
I
pee?
swear, there's like
Yeah.
a little bit of cum in it.
How about like when you shit and you're like, damn, I lost some fucking weight.
yeah.
Now that's a cut right there,
yeah.
dude.
I've had that. You
That's a
started
fucking
off that
cut.
sentence with like, have you ever had to pee so bad? I'm like, I've had to pee really bad sometimes, and it's felt really good. But then you said better than sex. I was like, okay, man, I haven't gone that. That's never felt that good before.
Dude, I'm telling you, good piss, man.
A great shit though is close. A great shit is right there.
Like the prostate, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a great shit. When you shit, does it hit your prostate on the way out?
How about when you take a shit and you don't even need to use toilet paper? It was such a clean.
Oh, the
that's
yeah.
the ghost wipe.
The
Yeah.
ghost
yeah, it was
wipe.
like, damn, dude. Like I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens, I'm like, fuck, I'm healthy. Like my body is functioning in an optimal manner. It's crazy. Waste not, want not. This is awesome, dude. I'm like, this is how like human evolution is supposed to be right now.
I miss when that was what ghosting was. Now with like the ghosting with dating and
Yeah.
all, I used to hear ghosting and just think about pooping and not having to wipe.
In
Now
my
I
day, if I got ghosted, that was great. That meant there was no shit in my asshole.
Every time I shit and I don't have to wipe, I'm like, my body's a fucking machine. dude.
There
Like,
you
we
go,
are.
yes.
We are at peak performance.
I am
Like-
firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, man. Sick, sad world we live in.
Yeah.
So, as a fucking handsome man, you must have your pick of the women in the open mic comedy scene.
You don't have to be that handsome to have your pick of the women in the open mic comedy scene, Joe.
Have you seen some other male comedians? Or it's not hard. It's not a high bar.
Have you seen some of the male comedians who have dated open mic female comedians?
Is that how you guys met?
Me and Joe. Yeah.
Well, no, I meant like you and.
No, me and Joe.
We
was
met
from
at a
dating
showcase.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
Shut up. It was the Creek in the Cave. She ran the mic at the Creek in the Cave.
Oh, really?
On Mondays, back when the Creek in the Cave was in New York.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
so how did that like happen?
Well, it was more of a pandemic romance afterwards.
Oh, okay.
You know, because it was like, oh, the world's ending.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
the world's
Shack
gonna
up,
end,
yeah.
if the world's gonna end, I want you to know I love you. That's what I messaged her.
Really?
And then that fucking retard Fauci released the vaccine, and I'm like, well, okay.
And then Joe's apartment flooded, and he had to move in with her.
Really?
Well, we were dating for a good month, and then my
It was a really good month.
yeah, we were. I moved in here, and the goal was we're going. I'll find a new place. And I found a new place, but it was like, oh, well, we got along well. And Finney looks at me as his father now.
Yes.
So
How
we
long?
decided
How long
to-
were you dating before you're like, let me not move out?
It was about another month of us living together.
So 2
before-
months, and you're like, let's just fucking.
Yeah, let's just commit.
Dude, pandemic was a weird time.
Yeah.
Everyone got weird.
This was in 2021, but still, yeah.
So the vaccine's already been out. Everyone's back to normal.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
Were you dating anyone during the pandemic?
I was seeing like a few people. Like,
Nice,
here and
at the
there,
same
but,
time.
Yeah.
Not at the.
You ever have a threesome?
Yeah.
Nice. Muscles over here. How about you, Matt?
I have.
No,
yeah.
you haven't, Matt.
I love this dynamic. Have you ever had a threesome, Joe?
No, dude. Nah, I'm not that kind of guy. I would be cool. That'd be cool, but maybe.
How did your threesome come about?
So one of them, it's a funny story. It was like a lesbian couple, and I think I met
Yeah.
them on like matched with them on Tinder or something.
Nice. It was the only one threesome you've had before?
I've had a few.
Okay.
but-
Whoa, that's wild, dude. Matt, you've only had one.
I've only had one.
And he keeps talking about it all the time.
I'm just glad we got Joe to believe that I've had one now. Once you said you've had multiple and he could still put me down, he's like, okay, I can accept that Matt had one.
I've had 10. Okay, so now Matt's had 5. All right. But they were a lot fatter than their pictures.
Yeah.
They kind of like catfished me. So we hung out for a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, I actually have a basketball game that I need to get to. It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Ah, nice, dude.
So I was like, dude, I play in this basketball league. Like, I have a game. My friends are calling me. I gotta go. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. You should have stuck around, dude. I bet they'd fucking make a mean breakfast.
I don't know, man.
They're like, sorry, I'm in a cut.
Yeah, only egg whites for me, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. But so yeah, I remember during the pandemic, like right before, there was a girl who I was talking to on Bumble, and our plan was to like meet up like the day that everything shut down.
Yeah.
And she still wanted to meet up and was like, I mean, this whole thing's probably just like the flu anyway. And then the next day it was like the whole city, you're like legally not allowed to go outside. And it was one of those we had like been talking for a week, which I think is already a long time to be talking on a dating app before you go out. And
I don't know.
I mean, usually within a few
I just
days.
like don't have time, dude. So
I
it's
don't do
like,
the dating. I don't do the dating app thing at all anymore. But for it's like every once in a while, I was like, all right, I'll do it when I can. And usually within a few days, you get to the date. But after a week and then it not happening, I'm like, well, the world is shut down. I think this is probably over. I don't think we can keep this going during this. There wasn't enough of a connection there.
I went on a couple of dates like right before the pandemic with this one girl, and then I actually started seeing this other girl in like April.
Like
Nice.
during the when it
Yeah.
was
Was it a roommate?
No, but she had her own apartment. And I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
the way to
I can-
go.
'cause
Did
I
you
was,
guys
I was still
live-
living with my mom and my sister. That was a rough time.
yeah. Where in Long Island?
Yeah.
Where in Long Island are you from?
Like Franklin Square. We were living in Floral Park at that time.
Okay.
So
Floral
yeah.
Park. Oh, that's like close to Queens.
Yeah, yeah, it's
okay,
on the
that's
border,
that's like I grew up in Bayside.
Oh, okay.
We're
yeah,
like right near
yeah.
each other. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, you seem like some of the guys who I used to get in trouble with on Bell Boulevard back in the day.
Dude, Bell Boulevard, man.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Just infested by like 19-year-olds.
Yeah, and when I was there, the one 15-year-old who was hanging out with the 19-year-olds and getting in fights.
Oh, really? You were?
Oh, yeah.
When did you start like drinking?
15. It was I went to high school near Queensborough Community College. Cardozo High School is right across the street. So I had a couple of friends who were in Queensborough who were like 18, 19, and they knew what places to go to after school that wouldn't ID. And we would just go and like play poker and drink and get in fights. It was not my best time.
And you were wrestling at that point, I'm assuming?
I was doing amateur. I had done amateur wrestling, and then I actually I had I was technically banned, but that sounds worse than it is. My high school didn't have a wrestling team, so I was training and I would do the walk-on tournaments, and if I did well enough in the walk-on tournament, I qualified for their real summer tournaments.
Okay.
So the people who were doing year-round wrestling, I would be in the same tournaments as them. So that would be like how they determined the rankings. So for them, it was kind of like that warm-up for the season. For me, it was the only tournaments I would do.
Okay.
So I had an edge a bit there psychologically. Then 1 year they stopped allowing walk-ons. And so I couldn't do the tournament anymore.
So he would just sit there in the audience, and then eventually he'd see a match going on, and he couldn't take it anymore, and he'd grab a folding chair, and he'd run to the announcer and say, "Oh my God, it's Matt Maran! He's coming to the stage. He's not even supposed to be here."
Yeah. Matt was like, they're wrestling, and people are talking about them, but not me. Why
Yeah,
aren't people talking about me? I want them to be talking about me.
But so then like the next year, that was when I like met those guys and started drinking. I also like had like a junior high school girlfriend that's in hindsight is not like a real girlfriend.
Wait, a junior? How old were you when you had a junior high school girlfriend?
I was in junior high school also, Joe.
Okay, really? I was 23 and I had a junior high school girlfriend.
We actually just broke up, dude. I don't want to talk about it.
It was
She
like
said the boys of the Scholastic Book Fair were just too immature.
she was really turned on by my Goosebumps collection. It was like grades 7 to 9 or so that we were dating. We talked mostly on AOL Instant Messenger, and
Wait, grades 7 to 9? That's high school, Matt.
junior high school to high school.
I don't know, Matt. That sounds a little iffy now.
Yeah. But then we broke up.
Was she your grade?
Yeah, she was
Okay.
my age. We broke up, and then I wasn't allowed to do wrestling tournaments anymore, and I was going out drinking. I felt like a jaded, like, middle-aged guy whose life is over. I was, like, 15, thinking, like, I can't wrestle anymore. My girl broke up with me. I got to drink and get in fights now.
It's so stupid how, like, everything's, like, the biggest deal
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
15.
But
You're
it's
like,
like-
this doesn't actually matter at all. Like,
You don't have, like, a frame of reference, and that's what
Yeah.
really sucks about it, because, like, when you're 15 at the time, like, it is, like, the biggest heartbreak you've ever
yeah,
experienced.
that's true, yeah.
And it's like, and like throughout your 20s, you're just getting all of these new experiences as an adult, and it's almost like, when does this shit fucking end? And I can tell you now, as a dude in his 30s, like, my 30s were so much more chill.
Yes.
Just because, like, I had been on all of these, like, emotional roller coasters, so I was just a little dulled and almost apathetic to some things in a good way, where it's like, all right, well, you know, shit keeps going on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think as you get older, you become more apathetic to things. But also for me, it was after the brain surgery.
Yeah. No,
I
that was-
became
yeah.
way
They
more.
cut out the part of his brain that can care.
Yeah.
He was like, my name, Matt.
Yeah, it's way more of so much. Yeah, for you, you
When
had it at young
when you have to, like, I mean, I don't know how old were you again?
28. Yeah.
Oh, 28. That's still young. You know?
Yeah.
But when I was like 17, like, shit, like, if my doctor sneezes during my surgery, I'll die. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And for me, the whole thing was what I had like should have killed me before they got it out.
Yeah.
So it was like there's a lot of this could all be over. I'm playing with house money.
Dude, that's exactly how I
shouldn't be
feel.
here. Yeah.
I'm like, this is extra time. Like,
Yeah.
this
But
is a free play.
But
like,
even in my early 20s, I cared about things still. So,
Yeah.
like, you being in your early 20s, having survived brain surgery, did you have, like, were you, like, I don't know if apathetic is the word, but did you take things a little less seriously in your early 20s even? Or were you still kind of young and immature?
I mean, I wanted to be normal so badly and just, like, be like, oh, yeah, I just want to go out and fucking get hammered with my friends.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
that kind of, like, I guess, like, made me not different or
Yeah.
not want to be different.
Like I feel like people in their early 20s care like way too much
Yeah,
about like
no, I
world
cared,
events, politics, girlfriends,
Or not
that
even
type
that.
of
I
stuff.
just cared
Yeah.
so much more about what people thought of me. And
Oh,
was I
okay,
cool? Like, was I like normal? I just wanted to be normal. That's like
Yeah.
all I didn't want.
Was
And
it
then-
because like you didn't want to be the cancer guy?
Well, I think it was more like not dealing with that.
You didn't want people
emotionally.
feeling
Like,
bad
I didn't
for
want
you?
I just didn't want to deal with it. Like I was really,
Oh,
like,
okay.
especially after the first one, I was like, my doctors were like 95% chance it's never gonna come back.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
I read a
came
joke
back.
later on. It's like 95% chance, like that's guaranteed to happen. Like,
Yeah.
if someone tells you there's a 95% chance of something not happening, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like that's wild. That's wild, man.
So I had
Fuck.
surgery like not even a little over a year later.
Damn.
My second one. But yeah, and then it's like at some point I was just like, I am different.
Yeah.
Like, this is here for a while. May as well.
I'm
just
not like
fucking
other
embrace
guys.
it.
I'm not like most guys.
I'm
Well,
not
no,
like-
but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not,
yeah.
I didn't want to be what everyone else. I just wanted to be myself. And
Yeah.
That's like I kind of learned that lesson early on.
I think sometimes you don't want to stand out, but then as you get older, it's like
Yeah.
cool to have something unique about you that
Yeah.
stands out in some way. You don't want to be like ostracized, but
Yeah.
there is you can take things that are unique about you and make them like a positive.
Yeah, and like that's what I do my comedy about. Like I call it tumor humor.
Nice.
Nice.
It's like I don't care if you joke about it, like make fun of me for it, but just, like when you punch down, like that's when I have an issue with it.
What's an example of someone punching down? Like if we talk
Um,
about how ugly people get when they have to shave their head and they got cancer. Would that
Dude,
be punching down? Because I mean, they do look like freaks.
I
got to
look
admit.
great with a bald head, dude. I look great.
Yeah.
Actually,
Has people done jokes about your cancer that you didn't like?
not like on stage, like my friends have, and I'm like, dude, like you crossed the line.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. But, like,
Tell our viewers and YouTube commenters some of those.
So I had to stop drinking.
Yeah.
I started an oral chemo in April of 2020. So like right when the pandemic
Oh,
started.
damn.
Which was like a
Wait,
weird.
you had it came back recently?
No, so I had 3 surgeries, and
That was all like when you
my last one was 2017.
Okay.
Okay.
But in December of 2020, my doctor saw a change,
Yeah.
and I'm very lucky that my tumor is benign, so it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't light up on the MRI or anything. But the issue is the tumor tissue and then scar tissue look exactly the same on MRI. So I call it Schrodinger's tumor.
Yeah.
You
So they
know?
can't tell.
You know, like you have to go in the box and then fucking
Yeah.
Oh wow.
open it. So my doctor saw changes.
Is that normal for it to look similar, or you just get very unlucky?
It's not. It's not normal to find it like at my stage.
Yeah.
Like when I found it, it was like totally incidental, like complete accident.
Yeah.
Normally, like you'd have symptoms later on in life, probably around like your 40s, and then at that point it's progressed. And
Okay. Yeah.
But me, they're like kind of found it, so no one really knows what to do with me. Like I had after my second surgery, my doctor presented it to a tri-state tumor board, and he was like, "All right, there's gonna be 40 doctors there. Like we should get a better idea if we should do more chemo and radiation or just nothing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And he comes back and he's like, 20 of them said yes, 20 of them said no. Like you decide. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck,
You
dude?
decide.
Like,
So then this begs the question: do you trust the science?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. But it's like,
you went with the
I'm not
key-
gonna-
So you're not voting for RFK for president? You're off the podcast. This is a pro RFK podcast.
but like, I mean, the science for cancer is like poison right now, and it's like if I don't have to poison my brain, I'm not gonna do it. You know? Like,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
Yeah.
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 especially 18. Like I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I've had a doctor. I'm not gonna name the institution, but describe radiation as like nuking your brain, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like you would be a terrible salesman.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
So the
good
way
thing,
to
good
so
thing you're an oncologist, not a
yeah,
salesman. Because
yeah.
Right, because it takes out like the bad shit, but also like
Yeah.
any good shit
Mhm.
as well.
And I mean, it is. They have like made like major advancements and shit on it
Yeah.
now, but like, it's still fucking poison. You know.
Damn. Yeah.
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 So when you've had to do the bald head full chemo before
I haven't had to do that. I just shaved my head.
in solidarity.
Well, no, because when I was getting surgery, like they're like, "Oh, we're gonna shave like a part of it."
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
Like, I'm not gonna be able to get a haircut then for 6 weeks. I'll just have like fucking weird patchy hair. Like no.
Yeah.
So I
Where
just
do they
shaved it.
go? I think I had felt before. He has like a screw loose that you can feel
Yeah,
on
you
his
want a
head.
screw?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh my! Oh whoa! Oh wow!
Dude, it's the world's weirdest party trick.
Oh, that's
He's literally got a screw loose.
You can put a little magnet on your hat so it will never fly away.
Dude,
But the problem with Anthony is it's a propeller hat.
it would fly off the short bus.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, so they
Wow.
go when they've gone in on you. It's always
Yeah.
been on the top.
So I would just like shave my head
Yeah.
before because I'm not going to deal with the patchiness
Yeah.
or like. the
They
head.
went in for me. It was through the back of my head, back of my neck, and I had really long hair back then. So they told me they were gonna have to cut it, and they asked me if it was okay, and I
Oh,
was like,
shit.
yeah, fine. But then they
what you
saved
gotta
my
do,
life,
yeah.
But then they ended up just like parting it and just shaving the back of my neck. So I still had the long. I ended up cutting it like that summer. I think after every summer, I would always think about cutting it. It got to the point where I was tying it up and wearing a
okay.
hat, so no one
Yeah.
ever knew I had it anyway.
Oh really?
Well, people knew, but it was like you couldn't tell most of
see
the
it now?
time. The scar you
Yeah.
can. Actually, my hair may be covering it now, but whenever I get a haircut, you can usually see it. But my long hair, I was like tying up all the time anyway, so I ended up cutting that. But yeah, I woke up from surgery with pigtails
Really?
because they parted it and gave me pigtails.
Just
and
to
then,
further
You're like-
degrade
you
him.
just look down. You're like, oh, it's still there.
and they
He
also
just goes in for trans surgery.
Yeah.
They mix up the charge. There's like some guy
You're
who
like, we
wants
did that. We changed the head. What do you want?
I come out without a penis, and some trans woman now has a missing part of her brain. I mean,
She's like, I don't want to be
yeah.
trans anymore.
Yeah,
They cured her.
They cured her gender dysmorphia by accidentally giving her brain surgery.
They just prayed it away. They prayed it away.
But yeah, we're almost at the end
Yeah.
of the show, so we have our feat of strength this week. We were kind of talking about this a little bit when you were talking about strongmen pulling trucks.
Yeah.
So recently, this is just a few weeks ago, there's a new world record for the heaviest vehicle ever moved with just upper body strength. An Australian strongman pulled a 44,753-pound hydraulic crane. And we'll post the video with it. He's like he's sitting down with his feet like against a wood plank and holding rope. So it's just his upper body really pulling this gigantic 44,000-pound crane.
So he can only pull with his upper body.
That's
Yeah.
fucking wild, dude.
His feet are against like a
He
log,
definitely
it
skipped
looks
leg
like.
day. He
Yes.
definitely skipped leg day.
I mean, I feel like you're using your leg strength on this also,
it's
though.
So much leg drive. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely using your leg strength there. And then he stands up and he just looks like a plumber.
If it was just his upper body, he would have like put his legs backwards.
Yeah. His Guinness World Records announced Jordan Steffens, he's got a nickname, Jordan Biggie Steffens.
Nice.
Broke the record for heaviest vehicle pulled with the upper body. Well, I guess because sometimes when they pull the truck or the thing, they're like walking while
but
doing
it's
it.
still using his lower body. Like,
Yeah.
How much does he deadlift, bro? Does it say?
Yeah, it does not. I don't believe so. The Guinness World Record rules require him to be in the seated position for the attempt to ensure he was using only his upper body to pull. I mean, I guess it's like mostly your upper body, as opposed to like when you're really walking with the truck on your back, you are using way more leg strength than
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
in this. Strongman took the record from Kevin Fast, a Canadian. It's Canadians and Australians who are all moving heavy vehicles. He had pulled a 28,000-pound bus.
Ooh.
What?
Why did this guy jump to 44,000?
Yeah.
And there's like 16,000 pounds you could have
That's
done
a
in
little
between.
extreme.
He wants to definitively win.
Yeah.
You just don't have that lifter's mentality, man.
I think those are fake weights, dude. I think that's a fake truck. Yeah.
He said he trained for the record for 6 months, focusing on his back and arm muscles.
That's it. 6 months.
6 months. I mean, I'm sure he had been lifting before that.
Well, no. But I mean, like,
6 months training specifically for this record.
is he big?
Yeah,
Can I
he
take him?
doesn't have his like height and weight on here, but at the end of this video,
What are his biceps, bro? How big are his biceps?
at the end of this video, you can see him stand up here. Yeah, he does just kind of look like a plumber.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's beefy.
Yeah.
But I bet like if you saw him naked, he would be like fucking a shredded Michelin man.
Yeah, he's got one of the. I never liked the power lifter gut. Like you're kind of
Yeah.
fat when you're a power lifter.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Even when I was
you
like,
don't care about how you look. You just care about lifting that weight and then
Yeah.
putting it back down.
Even when I was like at my biggest, because I was putting on so much weight and I was like lifting, I was in decent shape, but I was like, I was like bulky, so I had like kind of like the outline of the abs on top of a stomach, which is, I mean, my chest still, I always made sure my chest still stuck out further than my stomach.
You got it, yeah.
But it was like, it wasn't I looked big and strong, but it wasn't like ideal necessarily. If I had gotten on like gear or some type of steroids, I probably would have. That's how you get like
Dude,
big and cut at the same time.
Dude.
When I did my physique competition, I'm like 180 now.
Yeah.
I cut down to 170, and you could like see my hip bones. It's like disgusting.
Yeah,
it was too much.
That's the thing. Bodybuilding and powerlifting never like appealed to me even when I was like lifting a lot of weights. I was doing it for strength and I don't know. Also, anytime there was like a workout that was like this is for aesthetics, I was like I don't really give a shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like this will help me lift and do more things and be stronger. I want to do that.
I mean, I do like abs every day. I do those. So
I do abs, but I do it like for core strengthening. Not specifically like
yeah, me too, dude.
Whenever it's something like work out this specific part of your abs to get this cut here, I'll do it sometimes, but it's always less interesting to me. It's like this will work on the peak of your biceps. I'm like, I want to have strong biceps.
Yeah.
I don't care if it looks where I can fold my arm and it bends in a million different ways. Because then there's like these like you ever see those things where like a mountain climber does like a lift with a bodybuilder and they can lift the same amount, but they look so different.
Oh yeah.
Because these mountain climbers they'll like do a seated cable rows with like 200 pounds, and the bodybuilders are doing that too. But the mountain climber's like 180 pounds, but they're just so strong from what they do.
Well, because that's like their livelihood. That's like if they fall, they die.
Oh, the free solo people. Those
those
guys
crazy,
are insane. Even like because when I was lifting, there were a lot of guys who would do like powerlifting routines and stuff like that, or bodybuilder routines, and I was like, I don't know. I grew up. I like the way pro wrestlers looked as like a body type, but the ones who were way more into bodybuilding or powerlifting, I thought looked kind of freakish.
Like Big Van Vader.
Well, he was at a Joe Gorman body type.
No, that was a powerlifter. He was a powerlifter.
But yeah, I always, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like they may do some bodybuilding stuff, but he's just like a jack dude.
Rikishi.
Yeah.
Do you work out at all?
No, dude.
No.
You do a stationary bike. You're a bike.
I see the bike over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ride the
Bro, it's
stationary
something.
bike.
It's something.
Yeah,
It's a start.
It's something.
Yeah.
We all start somewhere.
Yeah. My journey begins at 39. I can't wait.
Have there been anyone who's? I feel there's people who get into working out later, but have there been people like who've done competitions, like bodybuilding stuff that started in? I mean, there's like the older circuit.
Yeah.
There's like a senior class and
I'm
stuff
sure that's
too.
like most of those guys, because if you do it when you're younger and like you take it seriously,
Yeah.
your body's way too broken to do it.
Oh,
by that
yeah,
point.
that's
there's
true.
like that one 23-year-old bodybuilder that's like, I eat like a box of cereal in
Sam
the morning.
Solek.
Yeah.
He's like 20.
He's gonna have like a heart.
He's in college now.
He's gonna have like a fucking heart attack by the time
Dude,
before
like
he's
for
30.
what though? Like what is he doing that for?
I don't know, but he's got 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
He's
Well, that
he's the
makes
best.
sense.
Yeah.
That's why, dude.
He's also like the most like chill person about everything, because like most of the bodybuilder YouTubers are like pump you up, like real energy, and he's just kind of like there's a video of him getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube, his live reaction to it, and he goes, "That's pretty cool. Just another standard leg day. Let's hit the gym." Like he's so like mild mannered, even when he's like he's like out of breath walking to the machines. Like he is
really?
going to die.
No,
young.
it's wild, dude. He's
Yeah.
like on so much like fucking trend or whatever.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Like
all
that's
those guys are, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Well, I feel like most like Instagram bodybuilders, like those types of guys are. Like,
I mean,
where
as long
it's
as you're open about it, like I don't give it. Like that's your fucking
like-
life.
it's like-
I don't care.
You
Like,
got we got a problem with Liver King though.
oh yeah, bro. I mean, he was
Yeah.
that was clear, dude.
It
That
was insane.
That was so clear.
but now that he's like, yeah, I lost a lot of weight when I was off steroids. So I'm back on steroids. I'm like, this guy fucking rocks, dude. He fucking tricked everyone to eat fucking bull testicles.
Yeah.
And he was like juicing the whole time.
ancestral living.
he made so much money just because everyone's fucking stupid. Like no
Yeah.
one, you could tell. Like you cannot be that like.
Well, people are lost.
Vascular.
Yeah, people want to believe.
well, yeah, that's what
you
it
know.
is.
That's
I mean,
like
it's opium. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can be held, and I just have to like eat like raw fucking fish and
Yeah.
raw organs and shit.
and just
Like,
liver, dude. I just have to eat liver and I'll have
Yeah.
a 6-pack, and it's like no. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be like him. no, you also have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
and pay me $50.
That's where I start top to. Oh wait, what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to subscribe to my fucking monthly service.
Yeah.
Not like us, dude.
No, me and you should just get on a trend cycle for the Buff Boys.
We'll see.
If we reach $1,000 in the Patreon, me and Joe will both take steroids.
And Finney.
You should do that and then just be like, oh, well, it's because I drink Coke Zero.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever
Pepsi
Zero.
drink. Oh yeah, you
I
work
work
for
for
Pepsi.
Pepsi, yeah.
Whatever drink will sponsor me and Joe. We will take steroids and say that we did it just for drinking their drink. Did you? I mean, I would with like brain surgery or cancer surgery, you probably had to be on some sort of steroid after.
Yeah.
Like not for bodybuilding, obviously. People are very uneducated about they hear the term steroid and freak out, but pretty much any major surgery you get, you're going to be prescribed a steroid after.
Dude,
it will not help you with lifting, but
that shit was terrible.
Yeah?
Terrible, bro. After my third surgery, I remember there was like a huge snowstorm.
Yeah.
And the pressure change like fucked with my head bad. And I woke up and I was like, Mom, I need to go to the hospital. Like something's wrong. Like I need to go. And then she called like the surgeon's PA. And she told her, and she was like, "Oh, just give him more steroids and just like up it again." And I was like coming off it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 more weeks of that shit, bro. My stomach, it felt like it was like being ripped outside of my body. Like I was like, my stomach is like more fucked up than my head right now.
Damn.
Is there
But it was worth it for the gains.
Yeah. I'd say, is there
I had so much fucking Carvel ice cream.
is there a exemption for the bodybuilding competitions if you have cancer that you're allowed to take steroids?
I don't think so, but I also don't think that anyone else in the competition was on chemo. So
Yeah.
I'm first in the chemo division.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
there you
how I
go.
spin zone it.
Yeah.
Nice. Number one.
Chemo money,
I'm the
chemo
first
muscles.
I finished first, and the guy who had cancer is on chemo.
Yeah.
Is an Aries, and is also a stand-up comedian.
There you go.
There you
First
are,
in that
dude.
category.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder
It's like
if
an
there's
ESPN stat.
if there's would be a cancer bodybuilding competition now.
Dude, we should start a fucking brain surgery bodybuilding.
Yeah, but brain surgery
Yeah.
bodybuilding competition.
all are welcome. You know?
Yeah, but then I mean the problem with that is that you're gonna get a bunch of people who are like, "Oh, my cancer's acting up. I need more steroids for the cancer." Wink, wink. Yeah, the TRT exemption. You're gonna be people doing the chemo exemption.
The Rock is like, I have cancer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, where can folks find you? Where can we see you? Where's the best way to follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram as EL_Greco and social media, Twitter, Nipsey Muscle.
Nice, nice.
I did that back in like college, and so pre Nipsey's death.
Okay.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to a real
well,
one.
now you're
Force
the
him out.
surviving
Force him
Nipsey. Yeah.
And,
Damn, I should make my Twitter handle muscle loyalty respect.
But as far as shows, there's Trap Comedy. Follow that on Instagram.
Yep.
We're having a show Halloween.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah,
Yes.
costume contest.
Oh, nice.
Really pumped for it. So St. Mark's Comedy Club at 9 p.m. on Halloween.
Fun.
And yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome.
course,
Thank
man.
you for doing that. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Stick around for the Patreon.